So welcome to J-Style peeps, and today I have Mercedes Vito 2015 in the shop at the 9. It's 4 o'clock already. I don't know if you can see, but this is the car. This video is about how to install a reverse parking sensors on one of these vehicles. The kit that I'm using is Dolphin kit, like this. Silver sensors, 4 sensors. It comes with some spacers as well if needs to be, also, and 3 sticky tape for the back, and obviously all the rest what you need to do. The only thing that is going to be different in this video is that I am going to be installing these sensors on the side, because customer has got a reverse camera already in, and he wants just that extra thing for the sides when you don't see them. So instead of installing them, let's say here or even here, I am going to be installing them just on sides. When you're installing this kit, well, normally any of the kits, so the spacing between the sensors has got to be 40 to 70 centimeters, and the same goes for the height. So roughly, if you look at your van, whatever, and I've got this measuring tape, so basically you would have to kind of install them quite high-ish, like in here. And another thing is that because this is facing down, you might well have an issue with it picking all sorts of things from the ground. So that is the only issue. You can buy. Alright, so these are the rings, as you can see. Dolphin kit comes with a ring, and one side is thinner and the other side is thicker. So all you do is you just put that spacer on and make sure that it lifts the sensor up so it's more straight rather than pointing down, because if it's pointing down, it is going to be picking up crap on the ground. Even will be picking up the ground and whatnot, and it will be just peeping pointlessly all the way along. So I am going to be installing sensors on the side here and there, with a 40 centimeter gap in between, and I'll show you where to run the wires, how to run them, where to run them, blah blah blah, where to connect it to, and all the other bits where I'm installing the box and how I'm installing the screen, because it comes with the screen. Comes with a screen like that it shows what not. And the screen has to go basically on here. I've already stripped this part in here because I was installing the reverse camera before. If you want to see how to install a reverse camera, there's a video where I'm installing a head unit and a reverse camera at the same time. So if you want to see that, look for that. But basically, it is all easy. You just pull this bit of plastic off, and then the plastic cuff pulls off as well. No screws, no nothing. It's just plastic clips all the way along there, and that's all it is for the bottom, for the rear door plastic thing. So we'll be feeding the cables through the trunk, and I'll show you how to do that. And I will be installing the box onto here, because all the reverse wiring is in here, and I'll literally show you later on how to wire it all in. But at the moment, I'm gonna show you how to remove the bumper, the rear bumper on this Vito van. I think it's a Vito, man. I don't even know. Vito Tourer van. So I'm gonna set my camera up, and we'll start on with the removing this bumper from here. For the starters, there's like clips in here. This needs to be removed, and then I believe there will be more underneath there once I remove this one, so I can pull the thing off, and then really then you have, I believe, so 1, 2 to remove here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so basically 8 screws all in total, and then probably clips on the side, but we shall see that one. So roughly, yeah, so basically, yeah, that's it. I'm going to set the camera up and I'm going to start cutting on with taking this side apart, and then we'll move forward further where I have to go. So then, we'll start by popping this one off. There's just a plastic clip, plastic thing, and it pops off like that. And and then push this in our arch liner. What have we got here? Nothing in here, so it will probably just slide off. So remove one of them. There might be one on the bottom. Oh yeah, there is another one on the bottom, but in my case scenario it is gone. And you need something like hooks in, because there's like a big dip. The finger goes in quite far in. So now we'll move on to the bolts. So you can see. So we have, I'm not sure whether I have to take these off, but I will just take them off. It's a T45 bit that you need to take this off. So just pop these two off, and that side piece should just come off. Should do, yeah. The side piece. So the side piece is loose and it's kind of part of the bumper, so I'm not going to be trying to break it or anything. So I'll just crack on and continue removing all these all the way along here. Because it's more than likely just going to slide off, and that's all about it. These bolts are the only thing that is actually probably holding this bumper in place. Like so. And that's 4 out. And there is more. 4 on this side as well, like I was seeing. So I'll just pop these off and get this job done. So right, we can go underneath with the car. We just found 2 more. Well, I'm not sure whether it's 2 or more. Just same clips like what you have on the side there. So yeah, there's one here. One here. And one there, so that's all. The bumper is free and loose. Let's try and pull this one off. There's something else in it. Oh no, it just unclips. So yeah, nothing else more so that's one. So basically one clip on the top, one on the bottom for the side, then 2 on the bottom, and then 8 bolts across. I'm going to go and clip the other side now. Like that. And like I said, the bottom clip is missing already, so here. Like that. And you just basically slide the bumper out from here. Slide it out slowly, don't damage it, and voila, that's the bumper is off. The bumper is off. Happy days. So now I'm going to put it down to 5. I'm going to go set up something where I can work on. So I can work on it. So let's take this over to my tire table. My tire table. So, right then, I roughly have to, like I was saying, I'm installing them on the side, so need to drill the holes. And basically, oh no, I broke my table. Broke my table. Actually, you need to be wider. Need to be wider. Like that, because I'm working on the side. So I want roughly the sensors to be about in the middle between this gap and this gap. So between this gap and that gap, and what's the best way to do that is have it from the inside here. Grab the ruler, we'll mark it where it's the basically middle. And then I will position them out evenly. So just watch. I'm going to go get my ruler. So right, let's see. This is the midpoint, and what I can see is that 24 is kind of hitting. So between here and there, it's 24 centimeters. So basically 12 centimeters is what I am kind of roughly looking for, which is about there, and then 12 centimeters about there. Roughly, let's get a third line, 12 centimeters here. Basically, same goes for the other side. That you're not going to see what I'm doing right now, but I'm just marking the sides on here. Alright, so 12, 12, 12. I'm going to go get me a big ruler and I can get one solid line. So, big ruler, put him up. And we'll mark the line that it is like that on one side. I'm gonna do the other side. You can't see it, but I'm doing it. So roughly there. So yeah, that's the mark. So that's the center line, and I think it's going to be sitting about 50 to 70, about 60 centimeters off the floor ish, something like that. If I look at it by the line, it's going to be about 60 centimeters off the floor, which is perfect. And basically now, what I need to find out is where is the flat, which sides are the flat sides, and where does it start the curves. So roughly I could still have one here. I could still have one like far in corner, because it's still flattish on there, so it should be alright. So basically, if I put it down there and 50 is my mark, so 50 there, so I believe that the first sensor is gonna go there, and on this side exactly the same. Alright, so 50 there. So 50, and then they have to be 40 centimeters apart. So 50 minus 10 is going to be here. So here is one sensor, and there is another one in there. And basically exactly the same for the other side. So we are basically ready to drill the holes. For the sensors. So another thing what I want to check is, I want to check if there is an access for the cables to go through. So basically, if I look on this side here, down at the bottom, do you see that bunk? So this is where my cables are gonna be coming through, I hope so. I'm gonna check with the wire, because I'm gonna have to be feeding them through and everything, so hope. Come on, you sausage. Somewhere here now. Somewhere here. I cannot see it, I can hear it. Alright. I can see it, it's all good. It's all perfectly fine. So all the cables are gonna go to here, to this one side, and now I need to come up with a plan on how to install them. So this is all the wiring, machingy jingy blah. So basically what it is now, that the cables have to be run across and alongside to here, and I'm just trying to find the best way of doing it, and I believe that sending the cable on top of this, over the top of the crossbar, is going to be the best solution available at this time, because the sensors are disconnectable, and all I have to do is just bring the cable to the side. So yeah, let's measure them out, how long the cables actually are, and will they stretch from there to there, which they bloody won't. So if I have one sensor there, it goes along here, it goes along here, and it's not bloody long enough. Is all the cables all the same size? I don't really want to chop these cables up and run them. I have to separate them. No, all of the cables are all the same. They're all the same length. There is no shorter one, there is no longer one. There is the... No, they are all the same length, which is a nightmare. Because I can install them two no problem, but I can't install the other side. So what I am going to have to do is, I am going to have to chop these and extend them to there for that side, because if I wanted to, I could actually chop one of these, chop them all, and then chop out the section that I don't need and extend it for the other side. But I don't really think that I want to do that, so I'm going to have to find some extra cable to do so. So basically, let's go now, drill the holes for the sensors, install the sensors in, and then basically, and then we'll be sorting out this wiring harness for the sensors. That's all I can say. So this chingy machingy, I'm gonna go get the hole saw and drill them holes out.